If China pulls the trigger and sends its troops flowing across the Taiwan Strait, the battle can end quickly. Chinese rockets can put Taiwan forces in submission, paving the way for tens of thousands of Beijing Marines to rush to the mainland in southwestern Taiwan. That is the best scenario for China. The worst-case scenario is a stalled invasion on Penghu Island, which is a fortress in Taiwan, where the United States Navy sends 2 or 3 aircraft carrier battle groups, and battle can last for weeks. If that happens, Taiwan can do more than just defend the island and its beaches. Taipei can counterattack China with supersonic long-range cruise missile weapons that can reach the interior of Beijing. There was a time, not long ago, when the Taiwanese armed forces were as sophisticated as China and, in major categories such as missile-armed warships, were more numerous. This is despite the number of Chinese population, which is more than 1 billion more than the population of Taiwan, which is around 20 million. China's reforms in the late 1990s and early 2000s opened up the country's economy. 2 decades of explosive growth fueled the rapid modernization of the Chinese military. By 2020, the People's Liberation Army (PLA) has more ships, planes and vehicles that are better than the military of Taiwan. Unable to compete directly with China, Taiwan has rewritten battle strategy. Instead of meeting the challenges of aircraft against aircraft, ships against ships, and tanks against Chinese tanks, the Taiwanese military plans to let China approach, then throw thousands of missiles at them. Taiwan's aim is to prevent and delay a potential invasion, said the Nuclear Threat Initiative, NTI, a non-profit organization based in Washington, D.C. Large and growing armory in Taiwan including Stinger, Chaparral, Patriot, Tianqian, and surface-to-air missile Tiankung, Javelin, TOW and Hellfire anti-tank missiles, and Harpoon and Xunfeng anti-ship missiles. The short-range missile is basically defensive. To counterattack China, Taiwan can send Wanqian cruise missiles and Yunfeng cruise missiles. Yunfeng, a product of the Chongshan National Institute of Science and Technology in Taiwan, poses a greater threat to China. The missile can travel 1,000 miles with a 500-pound warhead. It is not clear what the guidance system it covers, but it can be a combination of GPS and self-supporting inertia. Yunfeng is a supersonic weapon with combined cycle thrust. A solid rocket booster accelerates the missile to its cruising speed, where the air-fed ramjet takes over its performance. The fearsome ASM-3 anti-ship missile in Japan uses the same propulsion. In theory, the launch of Yunfeng from Taiwan could attack PLA bases in Shanghai and Beijing. The airfield and command center are the most valuable targets. In deploying modern cruise missiles, Taipei told Beijing that war will not be limited to the surrounding islands and waters, said the American Enterprise Institute, a policy institute in Washington, D.C. Cruise missiles enable Taipei to incur costs on China, both by attacking PLA targets and by bringing home battle for Chinese citizens. The PLA can try to defend against Yunfeng's cruise missile barrage by placing surface-to-air missile batteries around its most important base and by tapping Taiwan's missile units on land. But missile defense systems rarely succeed. It is very difficult to destroy small cellular launch units when they are in hiding. During wartime, Taiwan will probably be able to launch most of its Yunfeng cruise missiles. Most of them will hit something.